All right. Hello, everyone. Shalom, everybody, and peace of the Lord to all of you. I hope my voice coming good on your side. Please invite your friends and your enemies. Today our topic is going to be about the war, and you saw the title. The reason I decided to make the title such a way is how hypocrite, how liar, how stupid, how awful the media around us. War on Lebanon, war on Gaza, war. Israel is launching war at everybody, but the reality is the opposite. Those hypocrites, even including the Christians, by the way, they are no better. They don't dare even to name things as it is. The same they are today don't dare to say the word, like, what is a woman? They keep compromising to the point nobody even dare to say he is a man. You cannot even say the word corona because a bunch of potatoes are running the world. So if we go and check the facts, we will find that Israel is attacking nobody. It is the opposite. It is war on Israel from the Islamist, from the liberalism and their garbage and the woke, from countries who claim to be Western civilization, who they have no civilization no more, because civilization for them is just to have a bathroom for a transgender. This is civilization these days. It's like in the old days, somebody he built, somebody he accomplished, somebody he make a bridge, somebody he make something unique. That is civilization. These days, civilization is a man wearing a skirt, is a man who want to expose himself in the front of kids because he think he is a female. Civilization these days is somebody, he take a sign in his hand, say kill all the Jews because we want to free Palestine. And by the way, they are veggies. They are against killing animals, but they don't mind killing the Jews. Yeah. I mean, free Palestine from the river to the sea. And if you ask them, do you know even what is this so-called Palestine? They have no idea what they are talking about. And today I'm willing to prove it to you. If there is any of those idiots, don't expect me to call you a different name. In fact, idiot, I'm giving you a rank. Like I'm really respecting you now. So if there is any of those idiots would like to join us in Discord, feel free. Prove us wrong that you are stupid and you are dummy. A free, a queer for Palestine. I mean, can you go to Palestine with your queer skirt? Do you know what will happen to you? I mean, do those people even have a brain? They are supporting the one who want to kill them most. This is how awkward, backward, stupid those people are. Now, the war in Lebanon, it's a war in Israel, not in Lebanon. And Lebanon had nothing to do with it. Lebanon became a farm in the hand of the Iranian. All those countries, we will show you in the map, are not countries no more. Syria is not a country no more. It's a farm. Part of the farm controlled by the Russian, the other part controlled by the Iranian, the other part controlled by the Turkish, the other part controlled by the American. I mean, if it's a farm. Everybody took 100 of hectares, and he started his farm. Those are not countries no more. And there is a reason for that. If we go to Lebanon, we heard some who claim to be Christians, they are against Israel, right? Let me see. Those are Christian leaders from Lebanon. They are the very hard line of Lebanon. Now the one in the middle, just forget about him. He's a potato. But he was a president. The one next to him is the leader of the Lebanese forces. These Lebanese forces, they used to fight Hezbollah, and they used to teach them how to behave. However, something miraculous happened to those people. All of them these days, they call Israel the enemy. Aha! I mean, if I play the video for you, you will see every single one of them saying the Israeli enemy. But those are the same people used to be armed by Israel. Their clothes, their weapon, their rifles, their bullet, their tanks was coming from Israel. What happened? Potatoes, cowards. So they noticed that Israel is not there no more, and the one is in control now is Iran. So suddenly the loyalty change, the friendly change. Suddenly, Israel is an enemy and Iran is a friend. Now they're not saying Iran is a friend, to be honest, but they don't dare to say Israel is our friend no more, when in reality Israel is the only friend they have there. I mean, everybody want to shoot them pieces just because they are Christians. And even some of them, not included in the picture, I showed you the hard line of them supposedly in the picture. But there is other Christians in Lebanon who support Hezbollah. Yes, yes, you support Hezbollah. Why? Because, they will make him a president. Yeah, Hezbollah will make him a president. He don't care what will happen to the Christian. He don't care. He's just a scumbag. Just make me a president. Those people in those lands, they don't deserve the land. Seriously. The Christians, non-Christian, I don't care. They have no dignity. They are not authentic. They change. I mean, if you ask any of those who they are standing there like a mule, why Israel is your enemy? Why you say the Israeli enemy? Can you tell me? Can any one of them answer why Israel is the enemy? Did they occupy your land? Did they take any part of your land? Are they forcing you to change your president? Are they the one who is kidnapping your women, asking for ransoms? Are they the one who kidnap your priests and monks and slaughter them and assassinate them? Are they the one who shell you with tons of bombs? Or they are the one who armed you? So those, yesterday they used to be the friend of Israel. But guess what? Let us see what will happen. Maybe in a month from now, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, we don't know. They might say the Israeli friend again. If the Israeli took over Lebanon and invade all of Lebanon and destroy Hezbollah, those chickens, they will start saying Israel is our friend. Like, to make it simple, whoever marry my mama is my baba. They are a bunch of coward. But, and by the way, I'm not talking about the Christian there. No, 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 no. You see that guy who is the bald guy? His name is Samir Jaja. His fighters are powerful. They are real men. I will never insult them. I will never ever insult them. Never. They are the one who defend the Christians. But I'm talking about the leaders. How in the world they change from Israel, our friend, to Israel is our enemy? We taught you before something called taqiyya. Anyone remember what taqiyya is? Do you guys remember taqiyya? What taqiyya is? Taqiyya is to lie for the purpose of hiding your agenda. Whatever your agenda is. It can involve security too, but not necessarily. So it look like, because those Christians live with the Muslims for a long time, they become a lying machine. They are practicing taqiyya. So Hezbollah became the one in charge of the country. They control the airport, they control the port, they control everything. They control the government, they control the president, they control the prime minister, they control the ministers, they control everything. So they said to themselves, until someone else come to control, we call Israel our enemy. But if we ask any one of them why Israel is our enemy, nobody can answer. Not even one. The Muslim Sunni is no different. You know, at least Muslim Sunni, they hate Israel anyway. They are Jews, right? But the Muslim Sunni, they are waiting for Israel to fry Hezbollah. Like they are praying to Allah, to the balls of Allah. By the way, He have none. Yeah, Allah have no balls, you know, just let you know. Ask any Muslim, he will say Allah is not male or female. He's a transgender. All right? You can ask any Muslim. If you're a Muslim, leave your comment, by the way, about that. Ask a Muslim, is he or she? He will say to you, he is not he, neither she. He's from the woke community, you know? Yeah, he have a special pronouns. So, but in the Quran, they call him he, which is weird. I mean, the guy don't even have ding ding, but they call him he. That's cheating. Like those Christians who they are cheating, saying Israel is our enemy. Anyway, forget about Allah now. So everybody, you know, in Lebanon, Sunni, Druze, Christians are waiting for what Israel will do. What is the barbecue will be done. And then whoever lose, we are against him, and whoever win, we are with him. Sounds familiar, right? Hyena, you know the hyena? You know the hyena? The most ugly animal you can imagine. There is some kind of animals, they accompany lions, you know. Hyena, by the way, does not accompany lions. In fact, they attack lions. They are very aggressive, but they gang, you know, they gang like big number against one lion. And this is what happened with Israel. All those hyena, they gang against Israel. Even the one who should not gang against him, like, you know, Israel is not their enemy. But they said to themselves, well, no, you know what? Which one will do? What we should do? Let us gang against the one who is the small. So they claim to be Christians, but they call Israel the enemy. They don't dare to call, you know, Hezbollah the enemy. Hezbollah who assassinate hundreds of a Christian priests, including Catholic and Protestant or Orthodox, who kidnap Christian nuns. The same as the Muslim Sunni, they are no different. The same ones who execute anyone who convert to Christianity in Iran, and they hang them in the power line in the street. They don't dare to say Iran is our enemy, but they dare to say Israel is the enemy. Israel is the country where you can go and take your Bible and preach it. I know, somebody will show you a video says a Jew, he spit at a Christian. Well, spit at him. Who's holding you? You know, a Jew, he spit at a Christian. In the Middle East, they are raping the Christians. They are kidnapping the Christians. They are asking for ransom of the Christians. They are taking them to dig tunnels. You know, do you see those tunnels? The tunnels of Hezbollah and ISIS and Al-Qaeda. Do you know who's digging them? They are not the people of Hezbollah. They bring prisoners. Prisoners. They kidnap people from their enemies. Anyone who is not from them is an enemy, by the way. It doesn't mean an enemy like you fight them. They kidnap you, like coming from the airport, your family never see you again. Look what happened. My son, he was coming in the airport. The airplane arrived, but we never saw him. They kidnap him. They force them to dig the tunnels. And when they are done with them, they shoot them. They bury them. They are gone. If they found your body, we don't know what happened. Somebody, maybe gang, maybe etc. You know, maybe he was dorking drugs. Maybe they put some drugs in your pocket to accuse you of something, like you killed because you're a drug dealer. So during the war in Syria, tons of Christians, even bishops, being assassinated and killed and kidnapped, and nobody saw them again. When in fact they are executed. But they don't still, those Christians dare to say Islam is our enemy. Isn't it? This is weird. So who's your enemy, you potato? I want to know who is your enemy. The one who kidnapped your daughters, raping them, enslaving them, killing your monk and your priest, burning your churches. Erdogan, who took the biggest church in Turkey, which is not Turkey, this is Constantinople, and he converting church after church into halal mosque. None of them says Turkey is our enemy. They don't. Sound fishy, isn't it? Well, no, they are not fishy. They are the fish. They are fraud. They are no Christians. They are doing business. They go with the stronger. If Hitler, he won the war, trust me, everybody will be praising Hitler. If Hitler, you know, Hitler, he lost the war, people, they start spitting at Hitler. Now we have a new Hitler, Islamism. And they are scared. Well, those are terrorists. They will kill us. So what we will do? We will praise them. We will never insult Prophet Muhammad. We will never say something negative about Muhammad, because if we do, I mean, those are criminals. But we can say the Jews, we can say Israel are criminals, we can say all kinds of things, but we cannot name the real criminal. How filthy. This is the news in the front of us here about the war in Lebanon and in Israel. As you see in the map, this is, I don't know why this is moving so fast. Right, like a second I click at the map jump. Let us try to do it slowly. Maybe I do it here with minus and plus. Okay. So if you look with me here in the map, this is where the action is happening right now between Israel and Hezbollah, not Israel and Lebanon. Everyone says to you that this war is against Lebanon is a big fat liar. Big fat liar. This war have nothing to do in any way, in any mean, to be against Lebanon. You know, Israel, when people they speak about genocide, I mean, those people, they have, I don't know how many hundred nukes, serious ones, not the toys. So they can finish all the neighbors in 2 seconds. They don't even need to wait for tomorrow. They don't need to sacrifice a soldier. They don't need to. And you know, after the nuke, what you will do? You will make like a speech in the United Nations, huh? What you will do? If the Israeli really they want to do genocide, and they nuke their neighbor, what all of you can do? You will make a metaphorical funeral. You will cut your tie with Israel as if they care. So if the Israeli really want to do genocide, who is holding them from doing it? They have all kind of weapons. They have a small nukes, very tiny ones, and they have the massive ones which can burn countries. So what you can do if they nuke you? Who can stop Israel from nuking Turkey and making Erdogan shish kebab? or Iran or Syria. They are being very friendly neighbors, in fact. Imagine, imagine if those terrorists, all the neighbors, they are the one who have the nukes, and Israel don't have it. You know what will happen, right? Are you with me? Imagine if they are the one who has it, what they will do to Israel, what they will do to America, what they will do to France, what they will do to anybody. They will nuke everybody. It's the truth. What is the speech they say every morning in every school of Hezbollah, or Hezbollah Syria, Hezbollah Israel, Lebanon, Iran? What they say? Death to America, death to Israel. Okay, what is holding you from doing death to America and death to Israel? This is what they want to do. They teach kids, they are not even 5 years old, to scream death to America, death to Israel. They don't even know what is America, and they don't know what is Israel. Where it's located. So what is holding them from doing it? That they don't have the power. If one day they have the power, all those they call themselves civil, I find them these days, you know, they are wicked, not civil. They will be nuked. If Iran today don't have nukes, supposedly we don't know really, and they send already hundreds of missiles, like first batch was 500 missiles and drones, second batch 181 missiles, and we do not know how many drones. If they don't have nukes and they are doing this to Israel, and Israel have nukes, so what they will do if they have nukes? What they will do exactly? So, to make it simple, those who say to you that this is a war on Lebanon, this is a war on Gaza, this is not a war on Gaza. Gaza is a territory. And those people, by the way, they are not even from there. This is why they don't look like the rest. If you go to Gaza, you will find people look different from people who they are in the Dawah, which is supposedly they call themselves Palestinians. How come they don't look the same? They are very weird, mixed. Those have nothing to do with anything called Palestinians. If you ask any one of them, they will say to you they are Arab. Arab are not Palestinian. Palestinian not even from that land. The word Palestine means foreigners. So the stupid, they keep saying to you Palestine, 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 but Palestine means someone is not from there, not indigenous. That's what Palestine means. So if I call myself Palestini, that I'm saying to you I'm foreigner, I'm not from here. Are you with me? In the front of us here, Israel, they gave citizenship for Arab, like me. I'm an Arab, supposedly. Arabic is my first language. Assalamu alaikum. The second I say that word, if I'm speaking in the phone in the elevator, everybody his blood freeze. If I say it in the airport, everybody start looking at me. How you doing, brother? Alhamdulillah. The second you say that, the security, they take you aside. Because we are a very peaceful people and we are loving, not like the Jews and the Israeli. They are disgusting, you know? You know the thing. So, those are 5 Israeli, which mean they are Arab Muslims. They have a passport, treated equally like any citizen. They give them citizenship. They can have retirement. They can have any job they want. They are Israeli. What they do? They were preparing to attack a mall in Tel Aviv and shoot everybody in their way. And by the way, in case you do not know, every day they are just stabbing because Israel is bad. You know, Israel is bad, brother. Okay, what? Hold on. Who is stabbing who? Because Israel is bad. This is why they are stabbing. They are stabbing women, children's, even dogs in the street, just because he owned by a Jew. CP shut down. You are boring, dude. Well, this is not what your wife she said about me. In fact, you are here because your wife she said you are boring. Go and spend some time in the chat, Abdul. And instead of going and doing jihad, so you can get some versions. You idiot, you are coming to Christian Prince to talk to him in the chat. Huh? Potato. Say hello to your wife. I might convert anytime, you never know. If you divorce her 3 times because what I said, well, you need someone like me to marry her for one night stand or a few hours. And then she can get back to you if I let her go. Depend, I don't know. I'm not in the mood these days. Abdul, don't bully me. Don't bully me. I will page you. Okay? I know your pager number. Hello, potato. Yeah, he don't like me, this Abdul, but he come here. What I can do? I mean, you must be crazy, Yeah. Anyway. So every day there's an attack on Israel, stabbing, shooting women and children in the street. And then if I don't know, if I am an Israeli and this is happening to me every day, what I would do? And I have nukes. I can finish this war in 2 seconds. What I would do? You see Muslims how nice the Israeli? Do you see how they are way better than you? You don't have nukes, you have sandals and you want to kill them. You have rocks and you want to kill them. You buy a Kalashnikov, you think you control the world. The only nation who go in the airplane, they don't want to land, is you. Because you are very beautiful. Very good. Muhammad is obsessed with the Jews and the Christians for sure. He hated them both. But he made a lot of verses about the Jews in the Quran. And there is a reason for that. Because the Jews really, they got him busted. I mean, they were playing football with him. His butt was red because of the Jews. And Muhammad, he could not, respond to anything. Like as an example, the Jews, they said to Muhammad, your God Allah, his hand is tied up. Muhammad, he's stupid. He thought they are saying tied up, it means he don't do spending. Have you ever heard of a God doing shopping? Do we have any Muslim from those who they are putting their hands on the screen, on the Discord? If you are a Muslim, put your hand. If you are not, I want a Muslim. Yeah, I want a Muslim for now, if you don't mind, please. Muhammad was always stupid. And he and the Jews always, they make fun of Muhammad and those who follow him. So when the Jews, they say to Muhammad, your God hands is tied up, Muhammad, he think that the Jews are talking about Allah don't have a credit card and he cannot do spending. They are saying to you, potato, your God hands tied up mean cannot do anything. Where is your God? You don't have a miracle. You don't have anything. How Muhammad understand that? The Jews think that Allah, he don't have money and he don't spend. In fact, his hand are outstretched. He give as he will, brother. And I'm mentioning this to you just to show you that the Israeli, they are coming from different galaxies, and Muhammad and his followers are coming from the other galaxies behind the cave time. They are saying to him, you stupid idiot, where is your God? You claim you have a God. Musa's his God, he opened the sea for him. Huh? Potato Abdul, listen carefully, Habibi. Huh? We have a prophet, the God did a lot of miracles for them. Where is your miracle? Muhammad, instead of saying to them, understanding the question, he thought they are talking about money. I never heard of a God he do shopping. Muhammad, he thought they are talking about Allah don't spend. Spend what? All right. And then Muhammad, he want to get the Jews busted. Why the Jews and the Christians don't accept him? He said, the Jews and the Christians will not accept your faith unless you follow their faith. But look how stupid he is. Potato. Here it says, the Jews and the Christians, this is chapter 2, verse number 120, will not approve you, which means Muhammad, unless you follow their creed. But Abdul, you cannot convert to Judaism, potato. Secondly, isn't it the Quran says, I will believe not in what you believe, and you will not believe in what I believe. Number 3, isn't it the Quran, and according to Muslims, there is Christians and Jews converted to Islam? So how the Jews and the Christian will never approve you unless you you follow them, which means you become Jews or Christian. This is how stupid he is. He could not refute them. He cannot debate them. He can't even fight them. You see, even the fight with the Jews, they win the war by deception. As an example, there's a person who is a very old man. He don't accept Muhammad as a prophet. He knew Muhammad is a fraud. A Muslim said to Muhammad, shall I go and assassinate him? He said, sure, whatever you will do it. He said, I will lie to him. I will say, I want to borrow some food from you. So he went to the house of the Jew. He knocked at the door. The Jewish guy, he is in his room. He told the wife, I want to borrow some food. Can I speak to your husband? She said, yeah, go ahead. He's upstairs. He went to his room. He put a dagger or a sword in his side and killed him. This is how they are. Stabbers. They stab all the time. They are not brave at war. They are cowards. They lose when they go at war. So when Israel come to them, cease fire now, cease fire now. A day before, they were saying, we will not stop whatever you do, Hassan Nasrallah said. We will not stop unless you stop your war in Gaza. Now, if you go in the news, you will see they are begging, kissing the butt of everybody to stop the war. A war, they started it. It's not Israel. If you go down here, let us see where in the news. A poor man, they took him to fight. He died. Total casualty, by the way, of the Israeli army right now in Lebanon is 13. How many? 13. The one who died from Hezbollah in fight, not including the pagers, not including the walkie-talkie, not including the ones in Syria or in Iraq or in Iran. In the south alone is 2,400 something. And yet every Islamic TV station claimed that Hezbollah is victorious. Why? Because they lost 2,400 total, and Israel lost 13. Okay. Well, I hope you will be always victorious in such a way. 13 to 2,400. Huh. I mean, I'm not too much good in mathematics, but that is hilarious. That mean how many for every Jew is like 18 people? I don't know. What the number, guys? Somebody help me. For every one of Israeli, what 18? Wait, 180 maybe. I don't know. No, I'm not sharing my screen in Discord. Let me share my screen with you. I forgot those people in Discord. I forget about them always. Yeah, and I want to mention something. Sometimes some people in Patreon, they send me an email saying, can you please make a review of my video or promote my video, and I will give you money. Like there's a guy, without saying his name, he said he will give me £500. So I send him, I said, I don't do things for exchange of money. Again, he sent me email after saying, I'm willing to pay you, brother, because I don't know how to give you a gift. I said, I don't do things for exchange of money. So let me tell you something. Anyone want to send me email saying to me, if you do this to me, I will pay you, I will block you immediately. Even if you like, I like your idea. Like his video, I'm not against it. His video is against Islam, but but the second you say to me, I want to pay you to promote my video, you are insulting me. Those things you can do in different places. I don't work for you. I hope I make it clear. So anyone when I do that with me, I will block him. So now you understand why you are being blocked if I blocked you. So if we go now and see in the news, and just to show you how Israel always helping the Christians and the people of Lebanon all the time. Look what happened. The scumbag of Hezbollah, they did not allow the Christians to elect their president for almost 2 years. Why? Because they want a guy who is their toy. They don't want a guy who don't want Iran in control. So they don't allow the parliament to meet. They don't allow the Shia controlling the parliament. Why? Because the stupid Christians, they sign an agreement in Saudi Arabia that the parliament will be controlled by the Christians. I'm talking about the one who invite, like the head of the parliament, not the whole parliament. But he is the one in control. They will not meet unless he invite them. Let us say it in different way. He have the key for the building. So he closed the door, he opened the door. So now the Shia, they are in control because the Christians who sign a peace agreement with those terrorists are a bunch of idiots. However, idiot, what you can say. And now they are paying the price. So for 2 years, maybe now almost 3, those Christians don't have a president in Lebanon. He's have to be Christian. They don't want to have a Christian president because, well, the Muslims are in charge of the country. Muslim Sunni is the prime minister, and the one who charged the parliament is Shia, and he supports Hezbollah. So the Christians are the one in the corner. They have no weight, they have no value, nobody cares for them. They are not in charge of anything. Because of Israel, look what's happening now. US said seeking to install a new Lebanese president, push aid, weakened Hezbollah. In fact, this is not USA. This is the condition of Israel. Israel put conditions on ceasefire. Number 1, put a president so we can talk to. You have to be anti-Hezbollah. You have not to be Iranian boy. Number 2, Hezbollah should drop their weapon. Only the Lebanese army can be in charge. Wonderful. Lebanese, that's your day. Finally, Israel is doing the job. You could not do potatoes. You could not do because your leaders become cowards. They decide to go and take a beach stand in the beach and say hello to Hezbollah get some benefit, huh? So now, finally, look like the Lebanese are going to have a president by the help of Israel. Because who is the one weak in Israel? Is weak in Hezbollah is Israel. Thank you, Israel. Lebanese could not do it. Allah could not do it. Jack Shalom was able to do it. Thank you, Jack Shalom. Mr. Netanyahu. All right. Yesterday, the foreign minister of Iran, he came to meet with the crown prince of Saudi Arabia. And that is very funny, by the way. Because those are the enemies. You know, in the Middle East, we have a very nice tradition. We hug you, and as soon as we can, I don't want to use a bad language, but you know the word. Dirty mind. No, not that word. As soon as it's possible, we spit at you and we stab you. So those are number one enemy to each other. They want to eat each other alive. But look what happened now. Iran heard that Israel is going to attack them any moment, any second. We need some support. We need to fix the relationship with the neighbors. The neighbors we want to slaughter, the neighbors we want to kill, the neighbors we call them traitors, not Muslims. Suddenly, they become a friend to Saudi Arabia. See what Israel can do? I mean, Musas are not there, but the Israelis still can do miracles. Musa's God, he split the sea. Netanyahu, he made the sea close. There is a sea between Saudi Arabia and Iran. The Iranian get closer, 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 closer. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Please give me a hug. I want to hug you. I can play the video, by the way, for you. They are hugging each other. I don't know if you are queer for Palestine. That will make you happy. But anyway. Again, the Israeli, they can do miracles. Suddenly the enemy are meeting. What? Yes, brother, yes. Netanyahu, he have the magic stick. So look, they don't have a president in Lebanon for 2 years. They don't have a country. The government did not exist. They don't even have electricity. You see all this electricity in Beirut? This is not electricity from government. Government cannot even run. They cannot even run a cell phone. This is all generators. People, they pay for it. You know, like small companies, they buy generators from around the world. They install them, and they run a small business. You know, generate electricity, and it's very expensive. Internet is horrible. I mean, by the way, living in Lebanon is so fun because of Islam. Lebanon one day used to be way better than any European country. Who is here Lebanese? Do we have any Lebanese here? Ask them. If a teenage he have a BMW, he is unhappy. I'm serious. If you have a son and he is a teenage and you buy him a BMW, he is upset. That's not fair. Mercedes in Lebanon used to be taxi. In fact, until now they are taxis. Lebanon, the salary of a person was way better than someone who lived in England. Nobody will. I mean, what England? You know, ask them. Ask them. I'm not joking. What happened? What happened? Those filthy they came. Wherever they go, they burn it to dust. So Lebanon, where people they use, I mean, every Lebanese have maids. Actually, until now, by the way, and there's something weird about Lebanese. Right now, maids from Turkey, from Indonesia, from Philippines, from I don't know. I mean, how those people they keep talking about how poor they are, and everybody have a maid. I mean, look like, do you know how many maids they are going to move from Lebanon right now? How those people cannot afford to buy food and bread, but they have maids. I want to know. Let me know, by the way, how you can do that. And Kamala Harris, she want to send 170 something, $80 million. You know? Oh boy. Americans don't have roof. Hurricane take their houses. North Carolina destroyed from the previous hurricane. And the American, they want to send to the Lebanese. Lebanese, they will make it for tabbouleh. They will take the money of the American, they will use it for tabbouleh. Right? Anyone knows what tabbouleh is? Anyway, like when when you hear about assistant of American, they will send $180 million. Guys, you don't know. Those people they are out of contact. Those Lebanese, a wedding party will cost them $1 million. A wedding. You know what wedding? Go right now and search in YouTube. Lebanese wedding. You think you are going? Allah, He will wake as a wedding. They will hire Allah to be a dancer, in the wedding party. Anyway, not our topic. But look what's happening in the territory. Because all of this, because of Israel. So suddenly Iran, when a friend, Saudi Arabia, and I'm assuming, and actually last week Iran visit Qatar, but Qatar is their friend anyway. Qatar is like the hyena. Their friend, they're the enemies. They friend America. They have an American base, army base in Qatar. In the same time, they are friend to Iran. You see how they play? They are friend to Al-Qaeda, ISIS. In the same time, they have a center for the CIA. Hyena. I know, my friend. Lebanon was a Christian majority country. Well, was or was not. Well, there is more than 20-something million Christian Lebanese abroad. Bring them back. Lebanon will be majority Christian again. Kick Hezbollah out. Bring the Christians who they are abroad back. You will be not only the majority, you will be the majority. All right? It's not hard. It's not hard to fix it. But we are talking about what Israel can do. Let us go. What else? Biden, he called Netanyahu. He called him over the phone. Netanyahu, listen. We are screwed. We have election in 30 days. And if you attack Iran now, I mean, do you know what will happen to the gas price? They will give me a Nobel Prize for the gas price because of you. Don't hit the refinery of Iran, and don't hit the nuclear facility, and don't hit the port, and don't hit their ships, and don't. So what they will hit? What exactly they can hit, So what I'm guessing, you see Netanyahu, I don't like the guy, by the way, but what I like about him is sneaky. He knew how to play those snakes, In order to play with the snakes, you have to be sneaky. Let us make it clear. Look, guys, Muslims. Do you see Netanyahu, his finger up? Oh boy, he's saying Shahada. Guys, did you notice? The Muslim now, they will make a video saying Netanyahu was saying Shahada. No, Abdul, he was giving finger to Allah. You are wrong. All right? He was giving finger to Hezbollah and to Hamas and to every Muslim terrorist who support terrorism, including Biden. Okay. Let us make it clear. So, Joe bite me. How many days left for him in the White House? I mean, this guy, anyway. So, today, the Israeli, I think they already vote, like the Security Council in Israel. They met and they voted for Netanyahu to give him the authority to do the attack. Now, we do not know really what they agree upon. I'm waiting for the phone call from the Mossad because, as you know, somebody says I am a Mossad agent, so it's normal they will tell me. So I will let you know, okay? All right. And by the way, the one who says I am a Mossad agent, that means you are saying I'm so smart and you are so donkey to the point nobody will hire you even to be Hamas agent. I mean, we are the one who sell pagers. You do what exactly? You buy them, you idiot? Huh? Christian Prince is a Mossad agent? That means I'm super smart and you are super stupid. And you call me teacher and master. Potato. Anyway. For you guys laughing, respect yourself. Okay, put yourself in their shoes. They don't even have shoes. You have to make donation for them so they can buy shoes. Come on. So put yourself in their naked shoes, feet, I mean, you know. Yeah, by the way, I received many emails asking me, where are you? What happened? So I told them a true story, which I don't like to mention in the front of people because this is a true story. I was flying in a flying carpet, all right, over the valley of the ants. However, I have a technical difficulty. The wind stopped. Suddenly, there's no wind. And you know how the flying carpet will fly if there's no wind? I commanded all my soldiers to fart. That did not help much. Just push it a little bit more. We landed in the valley of the ants. And by the way, in case you don't believe me, this is a story mentioned about Solomon. So we are not far away from the Middle East. We are in the Middle East. In fact, we are in the same territory we are talking about. Huh? Israel. So I landed in the valley of the ants, and the ants attacked me from every side. And I was in trouble because I know why they're attacking me. There's somebody from the Mossad told them that I'm so sweet. Otherwise, why the ants are coming at me specifically? So I was thinking, it must be because Nasrallah, he told me I will send you some bodyguards. And the fool me, I accepted them. Yeah, he said to me they are very loyal. Anyway, it looked like they told the ants, that they are Mossad agents, that this guy is so sweet. And they were coming from every side. However, I have a second plan. I'm not like Nasrallah. I don't buy pager. I don't have walkie-talkie. I take with me always sugar jars. I throw the sugar jar at the other side of the flying carpet. The ant, they follow the sugar jar, and I commanded the flying carpet to fly. And thanks to Allah, Allah farted and the flying carpet to fly. And since then, I changed the name of my flying carpet. It's not Sweetie no more. It is Salty Flying Carpet. So that for security reasons. So if you see a flying carpet to fly in your area and it says it's salty, that because we are taking some extra, you know, like careful measure, you know the thing. Now going back to our sweetie Joe Biden. So sweet Joe Biden, he said to Netanyahu, listen, you don't attack their refinery. Okay, because if you do that, the price of gas will be so expensive. And I will be, you know, shish kebab in the election, my Kamala, who do not know what she is, what her last name. So you cannot attack the refinery, you cannot attack the nuclear facility, you cannot attack their power plant, you cannot attack their port, you cannot. So what the guy will attack? So I am assuming that Netanyahu, he said to him, okay, Habibi, okay, Trump is coming. You have 30 days left. Potato. So I'm assuming what Netanyahu will do. I'm not sure if this is, they did not call me yet. Hold on, Netanyahu? No, what? Who? Ah, Mossad, Habibi, how are you doing? Yeah, what you will do? Nobody, just YouTube, TikTok, you know. No, I'm not in TikTok, I'm just joking. So you are safe. We are only in Rumble and YouTube and Discord. Nobody is listening. Yeah, this is exactly what happened to Hassan Nasrallah. Like, nobody is listening. Yeah. So what exactly, what you will attack? Asfahan. Yeah, you know the area, you know. Really? What the address? 727 Asfahan? Okay, no problem. Nobody knows about it. It's no, your secret is in my chest, man. Yes, man. I sit on it, the chest. Anyway. Anyway. So I am assuming that Netanyahu is going to play his game with Biden, and he will wait until the election. I don't think he will attack right now. However, war is deception. You cannot guess much. But if I am him, I will wait until I am more advanced inside Lebanon. If we go back here, like now, already now, this area is under attack, massive attack of the Israeli army, IDF, and they are taking. I don't know if you see the purple color. Those are area based on this website. I cannot confirm. I know that they took this town, Yarun and Marun Ras, and they are getting closer to Bintuj Bail, which is very important. By the way, this area here is very important area. Why? Because it is high. It's like in the top of a hill. So by being there, you can see all the area around. Your sniper can shoot from far distance. You can monitor your enemy easy. So the Israeli right now, they took all this area here, the purple area, and I can tell what is the plan. I think they are taking it here, and this is the river, which they wanna drive people out of it, out of that area, and I think they are going to close the territory. They started attack from the seaside. So already now here, Labuna, as we see here, and here Naqura. And I heard that the UNIFIL, which is many of them are French soldiers, are siding with Hezbollah. They refuse to leave, because they are trying to make an obstacle in the way of the Israeli army. However, if you look at the map, what the Israeli are doing, they are taking it coming from every side to the area which they are planning to take over. All right. So this is the plan here. All this area is. Let us go back here. Actually, here. This area here, as you see. So this is the plan of Israel. If we zoom out. In the worst scenario, the Israeli are going to do the following. They are going to take all this area here. And they will not enter this city, Sur. They will avoid it. Because entering a city is a problem, a big problem, big responsibility. It's a big city. But mostly, and maybe, those people who live in those cities, they might run away and the city will become empty. If this is the case, they will take the city too. Because then you have no responsibility, to take care of the civilians, protect them, feed them, etc. Maintain things. So the Israeli, they are going to expand their mission, and they are going slowly into those areas. And the reason it's slowly, because they want to, let us say, have the lowest casualty. The Israeli are different from those Muslims. The Muslim, they send an army of 10,000 people. They don't care if 9,900 died. They don't care. This is why you see the massive casualty in the side of the Muslims, Hezbollah, the Shia, and there's a low, very low, 13. Like now in Israel, the war of Israel with the in Gaza, the total I think is 300. I forgot. Somebody maybe can search the number. Many of them, they died during the attack when Hamas attacked, like when they are sleeping. 69 girls actually, 69 females, army females, are unarmed. Imagine. And they were in a center close to Gaza. Those girls, all they are slaughtered, killed, or been taken as hostages, raped, and many of them are already dead. Those are just 69 girls in one center, one place, and they are very young. They have no experience in war. They don't even have arms. Can you believe it? They put them in a center so close to Gaza, they don't even have a gun. Big mistake. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say to you that the Israelis lost a big number not at war. They lost a big number when they were asleep. The massive number of this war, the Israeli lost when not when they are fighting, but when they are at peace. Do you see how peace is costly? Are you with me? So the Israeli, they said Hamas, they are not attacking no more as before. We have peace with them for 20 years. Let us take a nap. Peace. They go to peace. And peace hit. This is what happened when you sign peace with the children of the devil. Or you think you have peace with them. In fact, Hezbollah was planning to attack in the same day of October 7, the same as Hamas did. They will enter from this area, penetrate into Israel, and kidnap as many civilians, and they will start launching rocket because the civilian now will become the reason for Israel not to attack. They thought what happened before will happen again. However, what happened this time, the Israeli, they were concentrating very much on the Lebanon border. So they were able to figure out the plan of Hezbollah. So before the attack happened, they were able to dismantle many of those tunnels under the ground, and the plan of Hezbollah could not function. So they did not go for it. However, Hezbollah, to support Hamas, they launched an attack, as you see the rockets coming from Lebanon, right away in the second day of October 8. So on October 8, Hassan Nasrallah announced that he will start attacking, shelling Israel until as long as Israel is attacking Gaza. Since then, more than 10, 11 months. The shelling never stopped at north of Israel, and this is why all this area become empty in north of Israel. People run away. Farmers cannot do farming, right? In fact, here in the news you see it says Israel army, we detected 50 rockets fired from Lebanon toward Naharia and Acre. Naharia, you see it in the front of you in the screen here in the map. You see Naharia? So Hezbollah is doing their best, making a major threat to those cities, trying to kill as many as they can. And I assure you that it doesn't matter how good the Israeli army weapon is and how good their doom system, the doom can be doomed sometime. The doom system can be failure sometime. So casualty will happen for sure. There's no question about that. And the Israeli will lose many casualty. However, we cannot compare the casualty of Israel to the casualty of the enemies. The casualty of the enemies will end when the war ends. Will be, I will not be exaggerating if I say maybe 20,000, maybe 30, maybe 40, maybe 50, maybe 60 from Hezbollah. While in Israel, we might have 200, 300, maybe 500, but I don't think more, So for Hezbollah, they believe if they can make 100 casualty in such a war, this is victory for them. This is how they think, 100 casualty is victory, even if you destroy them, even they have mental issues. So for the Israeli, they are going slow, very slow in the invasion to destroy Hezbollah, because simply they don't want to risk a big casualty number by making the tanks go. This area here is very, very, very difficult. It's hills and mountains. So it's easy to hunt a tank. It's easy to hunt a truck. It's easy to, and Hezbollah, they have all the rockets you can imagine to use in such a mission. We have a Muslim, I guess. His name is Hassim. Let us see what he want to say to us. We invited him. Are you there, Hassim? Do we have any Muslim would like to join us? Anyone who support Hezbollah would like to join us? No one from supporting Hezbollah? Okay, Hassan, go ahead.
Are you gonna run like a little coward?
You know, I was wondering who in the world wanna call himself such a name. What Hassan mean?
Only now you gotta think about it.
Okay, ultimate fault, ultimate fault, ultimate fault, ultimate fault.
Pick up.
Ultimate fault.
That's ultimate
Is it true? Is it true that the Jews are the best of mankind according to your religion?
No, it never says that.
Are you sure?
I'm 2,000% sure.
All right. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
All right.
You say that I have chosen you among all the people. It doesn't mean that you're the best of mankind. You're gonna lie.
What?
Choosing you among all the people does not mean that you're the best.
No, it says he favored you. We chosen you to be the favorite, and you are a potato. Apologize. Yes. Apologize. No. You said, I said they are the best of mankind. They are chosen people, and you said no. You said everybody here, guys. What he said? What he said?
Show me the verse, please.
What he said? What he said? He said you are going
show
to.
Me
he said,
okay, all children of Israel. Remember my favor which I bestowed upon you, and that I favored you over all the people. When I say you're the best, if you favor somebody, it means that because they're the best. If you favor, that means that you're not the best.
Are you saying to me that Allah? Hold on, just to go with your stupid logic.
If you understand English,
Allah,
if you're favored, it means that you're not the best.
You see, in Arabic it says فضل فضلتكم على العالمين. Do you know فضل? You are a فضلة. You are a فضلة. فضلة mean that you are. Hold on. فضل وفضلة. Faddala, they are chosen one, the best one, and the rest are garbage.
That's what I said. You said favor. And you ran to favor.
No.
I said, I have chosen you.
First of all, this is your translation. Secondly, you are a fadalat. Do you know what fadalat means?
That's what I said first. And you denied me.
What fadalat mean? What fadalat mean?
I have chosen you.
I'm asking you what fadalat mean. Fadalat.
I'm saying it. Well, let me talk now.
No. I want you to tell me the word. You claim to be
right.
You claim to be
I said chosen.
What the word fadalat mean? Fadalat mean. What fadalat mean?
Okay, I am trying to say it.
Is it true? I speak now? Okay, you will not answer. Is it true that fadalat? Is it true? Is it true that? Is it true that fadalat mean garbage? Is it true that fadalat mean garbage?
What?
Is it true that fadalat mean garbage? Garbage.
No.
No?
No.
You swear by Allah?
I swear by Allah, it doesn't mean that.
Okay, I want you to open for me dictionary and give me the word fadalat from the dictionary.
You just go to you just go through the Quran. Go click
No, hold on. You see Abdul, what Quran? I said fadalat.
I said I didn't say fadalat, I said fadala.
No, I said, listen carefully. I said fadalat. What fadalat mean?
I didn't hear you right then. I thought you was talking about
okay, I'll repeat again. What fadalat mean?
I said fadala. I didn't say fadalat.
I'm not talking about fadala. I'm talking about
a word used in the Quran.
I'm talking about fadalat. Okay, just to explain to you, potato. Fadalat is the left order from those who you favor them. So when Allah, He favored the Jews and He faddaltukum, that means the rest who they are not, shut up. The rest who they are not chosen, they are fadalat. That means they are shit, correct?
No.
What fadalat mean? What fadalat mean?
What are you saying? Show me the verse.
What fadalat mean?
I am not talking about fadalat. I'm talking about a word used by
Allah. I'm talking about fadalat because this is what fadalat is. Faddaltakum. Hold on. This is potato. Faddaltakum mean I chosen you and the rest I throw them in the garbage. So they are fadalat. You are a fadalat.
Listen to me. You said.
Don't come here, potato. Let somebody speak Arabic. Come to me. So the Quran says that the Jews are the chosen people. The chosen people, and the rest are shit. Your book. The rest are fadalat. So Allah فضل اليهود والباقي فضلات. Shit. This is what the Quran is saying. The rest are shit. So I keep asking him the same question. What fadalat mean? He will not answer. Why? You don't even know what I'm talking about. When I say faddaltakum, okay, is that because they are the best or because they are the worst? If you say to me because they are the worst, that means Allah is an idiot. Are you with me, guys? Allah, he made the wrong choice. Allah is a stupid God. Dummy. So, you know, the Muslims, they go and they make a debate. They will say to you, do you know the Jews, they believe their Bible teaching them that they are chosen people, they are racist, they are KKK, they are white supremacists, they are. The Quran says that Allah, he favored the Jews above all mankind and the rest are shit. And the reference in front of you. And he make it clear. فضلتكم على العالمين. Not all nation, by the way. This is false translation. Alamin, according to Islam, there's many words, you know, like the genie word, you know, they are the best between everything. Genie, human, angels, you name it. Everything. This is the Quran. Allah himself is a Zionist. Prove me wrong. And this guy, he don't speak a single Arabic word. Not even a single one. Show me the verse. Betito. Fadalat ya Fadalat. Actually, there's a whore. Her name is Fadalat. It's a comedy movie, Egyptian movie. فضلات ازيك يا فضلات عاملة ايه يا فضلات اتفضلي شرفينا يا فضلات. And this is ultimate fault, is a fadalat. And here, by the way, if you ask yourself how stupid Islam is, when Allah, he favored the Jews above all man and genie and angels, everything in the world, do Allah knew the future? Did Allah make a mistake? Why he favored them? If they are bad, if they are bad, there's tons of verses in the Quran about how bad they are. But here it says Allah, he favored. Anyway, going back to our topic, we took a break with ultimate fault, fadalat upon him. By the way, this guy, once he opened the camera by mistake, and guys, you have no idea what I saw. God is my witness. Do you know the hadith about Muhammad after he do have sex and clean himself? He dry his hands on the wall. Anyone remember the hadith? Anyone remember? His wall is even more ugly than the wall behind Muhammad. Muhammad is very clean, you know. The messenger of Allah came from privy, and a man met with him near Bir Jamal and saluted him. The messenger of Allah did not return salutation until he came to the wall, and he placed his hands on the wall and wiped his face and hand and he read. Let me show you other hadith. Muhammad always, he dry his hands on the wall. All right, let's see. I want to show you the one after he have sex. Where is the hadith about the sex? We will find it. Yeah, after he have sex, he do clean his hands. Here we go. We found it. Al-Bukhari. I screened the Prophet while he was taking a bath of janaba. Janaba mean orgasm. The Prophet or Muhammad have orgasm. I mean, the Jews, he gave him a pager. He washed his hand, poured water from his right hand over his left, and he washed his private part. Then he rubbed his hand over a wall or the earth. So you can imagine how the wall of Muhammad looked like. The guy, he dry his hands on the wall of his house each time after having sex. Now we know why Nasrallah was 14 floors under the ground. Yeah. 14 floors only. And then what Netanyahu says, we have no tunnel is so deep for us. That's deep. That's so deep. There's no tunnel is so deep for us. That's so deep, man. We should add this to the Quran. Hey Muslims, your God Allah, he said the angels after you die, they ask you 3 questions and they hit you with the hammer of Thor, and then you will go down 70 cubit. Look, Netanyahu, he can go 14 floor down, man. In fact, until now, nobody knows where is the body of Nasrallah. They lie. They say they got his body. This is why there's no funeral. They lie. How you can get him? How you can dig him from 14th floor? Think of that. They lie. They said, oh, no, we got his body. Never. Never, ever. And not only that, I mean, the Israelis are not allowing anyone to dig anyway. Anyway, going back to our topic. What was our topic? Don't ask Joe Biden. It's the last one to remember. So here, let us refresh our news to see if there is something new. By the way, I was supposed not to go long. Guys, should I finish soon or no? I know. Yeah, they don't have any. IDF strike terror site from Gaza school. Yeah, 28 Hamas terrorists killed. And what they will say? Those are students. Those are elementary school. Army says hit some 150 target, killed numerous gunmen in Gaza, blah blah, Lebanon, blah blah blah. Okay, no problem. That's good. Western diplomat expect Security Council condemnation over IDF fire Urifel post. Why? Why they would condemn them? They told you leave. Why you stay there? You stay there. You see those Unifel. Why they are even there? Did they stop Hezbollah from firing at Israel? Never. So what is your job? What is their job? Those, they got each of them big salary, $30,000-$40,000 for each. To do what? Unifil. In fact, Hezbollah 2 years ago, they killed one of them and they could not do anything. And he's a French. "21 minutes ago, IDF says it intercepted a drone from Lebanon over Western Galilee." All right, very good. Italy summons Israeli envoy after UN peacekeeper wounded Lebanon. You made me fart, Italy. Bambino. Go eat pizza. Huh? Protect your border. Bambino. I mean, the migrants are coming by tens of thousands. You lost your security, Bambino. You cannot even hear the pizza in the window. Armed settler filmed stealing olives from Palestinian grove. Guys, look at this. This is Israel. This is Israel. If Israeli do something, Israeli themselves, they will put him on TV. You see why Israel is a country? When like this is Israeli newspaper, news agencies. They don't cover up if any of them do something bad. They put it in TV. They expose the bad ones. This is Israel. When the Muslim they steal the toilet seat, people praise them. Coffee machine, refrigerator. I saw a guy in the motorcycle. He have a guy behind him carrying a TV. Here, look what they are stealing. Those settlers, they are stealing olives from olive trees. They will be arrested. They will be taken to court. They have to pay a fine, and they have to have a file for crimes. This is a crime, a theft. This is Israel. But when the enemy do the same and do more, they steal women, they steal children, they steal your houses, they steal your furniture, you steal your life. People praise them. How many people now will take this video, which is filmed, and post it everywhere? Look what the Israeli are doing. Right? All right. It looked like we don't have too much news anymore. Look at this idiot. This is an Israeli citizen. He is a reporter. What he do? He go to Lebanon. I want to know this guy, he was drinking what? Hashish, vodka. You idiot. You are lucky that they freed you immediately. I mean, do you see how scared they are from Israel? They freed the guy immediately. The first thing when I heard the news, I said, uh-oh, now they will not let him go. Ammar, he said, Christian prince, you defend Israel when Jews, they spit on nuns in front of a church. Well, my friend, first of all, if a Jew, he spit, you rape the nuns. You kill them. You kidnap them. Same time, if I was there and somebody spit at the nun, I will make him a nun exist. So the Christians, they can deal with the guy who do that. This is their choice. They can say, okay, we will forgive them. All right? Or they can call the police for them, or even do the same, spit at them. But you Muslims, the Jews, they spit at your prophet grave. They make you shish kebab. And I can show you a billion videos made by Muslims praising the IDF for attacking Hezbollah. You want to call me and show you the videos? Us Christians and Jews, we have one God. We worship one God. They don't agree about, believe in Jesus. However, the majority of the Jews already, they are Christians, in case you do not know. In fact, more than 90, maybe 95%. What is left is a Jew, is 15 millions. 15 millions after 2, 3, 4, 5,000 years. The majority of the Jews are already Christians. They are Christian Jews. So you're ignorant again. You Muslims, as you see, even your God Allah, he worshipped the Jews. Do you see? This is your God. He is Zionist. Why you don't come and join me in the stage? Let us see who is the one who is a potato. Go ahead. Join me if you are a man. Do you dare? Go ahead. Talk. Go ahead, Ammar, you are on the stage. Are you afraid from the Jews? They will hear your voice. Talk. You're a potato. See, guys, we put him in the stage. He's not talking. Go ahead. You don't even dare to use your mouse. Is that what Jesus taught you to talk, bro? Yes, Jesus taught me to spit at Muhammad. I can show you the verse from the Bible. Do you want to debate me about that? Do you want to debate me about it? Jesus taught me to spank your prophet. Well, you don't even dare to talk to me so I can be sure that you exist. What happened? Your wife, she cut your penis? You don't dare to talk? In her way, she cut your tongue? Here we go, you're on the stage, talk. Are you like Allah? They call him he, but he is not a man. Go ahead. Look like you are not a man like your God. Your God is not a man. You will not waste your voice with someone disrespectful, scum like you. Okay, I will talk in the language your prophet he chosen. Go and bite the penis of your father. Is that true? Your prophet says that? Is that how your prophet speak to Muslims? What is a big problem that if you go and say that to your father and then you find that your father don't have a penis, it must be the neighbor who made you. A Muslim is speaking about being rude. They go, they invade, they rape, they kidnap, they torture, even kids. Even they have, if you go right now and search sex with goat. Sex with what? With goat. Who is doing it? Muslims. Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, even Umar al-Khattab. I can show you hadiths about having sex with dead body. Animals. This is your religion. Who is the prophet talked about in Deuteronomy? Well, how come you don't have the book? The whole book is gone. So Abdul is asking me about a book in the Old Testament, but here I don't have it no more. You know, shouldn't your God Allah preserve this very same book so he can preserve the prophecy about Muhammad, you donkey? Where we can find this book in your book? Brother, in the Old Testament, the brother is speaking about Prophet Muhammad, brother. So why Allah did not preserve it? If this is a prophecy about Muhammad, then the book is preserved. Correct? So why you say it's not not preserved? So join me in the stage and agree it's preserved, and then we will find out if it's about your prophet or not. Is that verse in the Bible speaking about a man? His penis is not working, and then he invoke his God. His name is Allah, to send him a dish of shish kebab, and then after he ate it, he get the power of 40 men. By the way, I don't eat shish kebab, and I'm doing so fine. All right, but your prophet. Have you ever heard of such a prophet? Is that the prophecy speak about him, that he's a prophet, he was the most weak person between mankind? Let me show you the hadith. So Muhammad, he said he was the most weak man between all men in doing boom boom, which is normal. I mean, he is Muhammad. What you expect, brother? So guys, listen carefully. Let me show you the reference. Hold on. We don't make things up here. You know, we show reference, we show proof of whatever we say. Read, Abdul, read with me. This is the book, it's called At-Tabaqat al-Kubra, written by the author Muhammad ibn Sa'd, volume number 8, page number 192. Let me translate that for you because you are an idiot. You do not know. At-Tabaqat al-Kubra, Muhammad ibn Sa'd, volume number 8, page number 192. All right. Read carefully with me. It mentions how much the prophet was given as a power of effing. The messenger of Allah,
the messenger of God, may God bless him and grant him peace, was given the power to have intercourse.
I guess the Jews now have an intercourse with Hezbollah. Who gave you the power? Tell me, tell me. Did Allah send you a dish of shish kebab? You ate it, you Jews, and you're attacking everybody? Huh? So Allah, He gave a dish for Muhammad to give him a power for intercourse. Let's continue the story. The story is getting more exciting. The Prophet of Allah, he said, I met with Jibreel. He brought to me a dish. I ate it. And after I ate it, I get the power of 40 men on Lipham.
The messenger of God, may God bless him and grant him peace, said, Gabriel brought me a pot, so I ate some of it and gave the pot the strength of 40 men to have intercourse.
What is making me upset in this story? Why 40, not 44? Why? I mean, are you... He, Muhammad, I mean, you should eat the whole dish, man. Only 40? Did you eat the whole dish? He did not tell us if he ate the whole dish. Have you ever heard of a God to fix the penis of his prophet? He sent him a dish with the angel Jibreel. Who is this? This is Muhammad, because now he have a voice. His hormone is not good, you know, remember. I need to Ali Dawah to join me here so she can speak like a woman. Who is this? I'm Jibreel. Hey Jibreel, your voice had changed. Because I ate from the dish Allah gave to you. Ah, why you ate from it if Allah sent it to me? You should not eat from it. Please don't tell him I have a problem like you do. And now it's fixed. Looked like Jibreel, he was eating too. And then Muhammad, he got the dish, he go inside, and he start eating from it. In fact, there's a hadith says that Fatima, she ate with him. So Fatima, she got the power of 40 men? Muslims, is it true that Fatima, she ate with him from the same dish? So this is a God. He could not fix the penis of his prophet except by sending a dish of al-kufayt, which is kebab. I'm telling you, kebab is very important. Ladies, watching my videos have a benefit for you. Your husband have a problem. Commercial break. Disclaimer. This commercial break is not approved by the FDA in any mean, in any way, but approved by Allah. Thank you very much for listening. Ladies, if your husband have a problem and her penis is not standing up, not even for the sake of respect of you, or even for the anthem, or even for music, or even samba, or even bamba, you get this dish and forget about any more wish. Your wish come to be true. And now you will have a husband, his penis is so good and so hot, even to use it for barbecue. He will get the penis power of 40 men. He will make you sorry for making a wish. End of commercial break. Disclaimer, this commercial break is not approved by FDA, but approved by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, because all the information there is absolutely true. And we have 50 CIA agent. They say that this is Russian propaganda. Abdul, God, he sent a dish of shish kebab. The guy, he ate it, his power, like his, yeah. Imagine the wives of Muhammad is, wow, Prophet, what happened? Yesterday your penis was limp, like fabric, you know, like nothing. What happened? Okay, should not tell them what happened. Allah, look here. Muhammad here, make it more clear here. قال رسول الله لقيني جبريل. Jibreel, he met with me. With the dish, I ate from it. And I've been given kufta, which means kebab, with the power of 40 men.
The messenger of God, May God bless him and grant him peace. Gabriel taught me a pot, so I ate some of it and gave the pot the strength of 40 men to have intercourse.
Yeah, but where is the kufta? You see here, al-kufait should not translate. Let us see. This is the word kufta. You see kufta? Kebab. Yeah, that did not translate it, you know.
The cuvette.
Corvette, not Corvette. So Allah gave him a kufta, and then after he ate the kufta, he got the power. Only if you are a Muslim, please put your hand up. All right, only if you are a Muslim. Okay, and then look, even this dish doesn't work all the time, which means it's not like you eat it once and that's it, your penis will be fixed. No, anytime Muhammad, he wanna F his wives, he invoke Allah, he send him a dish, he ate it, he get the power. Which means after he finished, that's it. The power is not there. Temporarily. Viagra. Look here, it says, anytime I wish to F the wives, Allah will send it in a sa'a. Sa'a at that time, sa'a now is used as a word mean hour, but at that time used for 15 to 20 minutes. So Allah, he sent it right away in less than 15 to 20 minutes. I eat from it and I get the power. All right. So it's not like one time dish you eat and you will be strong.
I do not want to have intercourse with women for an hour unless I have done so since I ate from them.
See, Allah, he will send the dish anytime he want to F his wives. And here it says, the Prophet, he effed all his wives at one night, and they are 9. All right. He effed 9 women in one night. That is Muhammad. And those liars, you know, they say to you, Prophet Muhammad have no miracles. Can you believe it? Can you believe them? He have a lot of power. Now, I'm guessing that the price of shish kebab will be going skyrocket. If people are watching my videos here, you know, I saw the funny, by the way, my videos in different channel, they have maybe like 10 times more review than my channel, which is very weird, you know, because YouTube obviously they shadow my channel. So people, they take my videos now and they show people that what shish kebab does, especially in Indonesia. How many Indonesian men will eat shish kebab every day? Brother, I have a bad news for you. The shish kebab Prophet Muhammad he ate is made by the kitchen of Allah, not the kitchen of Hijab. It doesn't work. Not in the kitchen of Zakir Naik. With him breath. First of all, you are not taking my kitchen is very good. Zakir Naik, I mean, to see Allah, he sent the shish kebab with Jibreel. I mean, can you cook like Allah? First of all, you are very insulting and you didn't respect Islam. Sure, I don't respect Islam. You know, stupid idiot. Have you ever heard of a God? He sent a dish shish kebab to fix a penis. I mean, Jesus, he met a blind man. He said he put some mud on his eyes. The guy he saw. The other guy, he cannot walk. He said, okay, carry your bed and walk. Your God could not even fix the penis of Muhammad by saying to him, hey, penis, stand up. You could not. So your God have to make a recipe. By the way, do you think if we now send Nasrullah a dish of shish kebab like the dish of Allah, we can make him stand up again? First of all, he's dead. I'm not talking about Nasrullah. I'm talking about his penis. Can we make his penis stand up? I mean, the guy is dead. We got it. But maybe we can resurrect his penis and then we make a museum for it, for Hamas and for Hezbollah, so everybody will have an example of him. Look, Hezbollah leader is gone, but his penis is remaining. That's so strong and deep. Potatoes. Anyway, do we have any Abdul? Any Muslim? Just Muslim. They don't want Muslim guys. The only Muslim is coming to us is ultimate fault. How sad. Unbelievable. Yeah, but by the way, this story is true. This, okay, I will tell you a story about my cousin. My cousin, he was exist in the time of Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad, he ate one of the dish and he left it in the window. My cousin, he is like, you know, you want to know what he is eating. So he takes a bite, one bite, just one bite. And brother, he effed every one of Hezbollah in one day. I said, how you do it? He said, pager. I forgot to tell you, my cousin, his name is Netanyahu, you know. I mean, this guy, like, what you do? You go to the window, you spy at the guy? Yes, you know, they want to see what they are eating. Oh, okay. I mean, that's so strong. Anyway, this is a true story. The story of Muhammad is not. If you don't believe me, go watch what happened to them just 15 days ago. Yeah, I mean, this is, I mean, you see, they're writing it. Who dare even to question those stories? The Prophet, he effed all his wives. They are 9 in one night, brother. Yeah, because he ate dishes of shish kebab made by Allah. Yes, brother, we have reference. Look at the reference. Books, thousands of pages about the penis of Muhammad. His penis is unique. By the way, unique in English is something, and unique in Arabic is something else. It's very dirty. Oh boy. Okay, here. The Prophet of Allah was given the power of 40 men. Wow. Every page in the book, it says that. Every page. Because not only that, Aisha, she said that she never saw the penis of Muhammad. So he don't have one, obviously. Look, seriously. It says here that Aisha, she said, I never looked, I never saw the penis of Muhammad. Am I lying, Muslims?
On the authority of Aisha, she said, I never looked at the private parts of the Messenger of God, or she said, I never saw the private parts of the Messenger of God.
It's so small, like, you know, like, it's so cute. Hey, Muslims, Aisha, she never saw the penis of Muhammad. Are you serious? Why? Is that a possible that a guy, he have sex with her, his wife, she never saw his penis? Are we talking about the penis or peanut? Huh? Am I lying? Here we go, the book in front of you. This is the reference. Obviously, Muhammad don't have a penis, he have a peanut. Aisha, she says, where is the penis? Where? You know, Prophet, where is that? Just don't question it. Okay, it's there. It's there. She spent 9 years with him. She never saw his peanut, not even once. She never looked. She never saw. And here we go. This is the reference. Who won the link? Admin, make a short link for this, because Muslim, they will say Christian Prince is lying. You know that. You know the thing. By the way, I suppose today I will go only half hour, and here we go. Almost we are here for 2 hours. So I'm not going to stay longer. I hope you guys have a good time with me today, and we learned something good. And we hope tomorrow we will hear more news, more good news. So I ask you all to pray for Israel. The devil is ganging against Israel from every side. And there's many, they claim to be Christians. They are joining the hyena cattle. They are evil. For the defeat of Israel is your defeat. Who is going to take Jerusalem if Israel defeated? You know who. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Go and see how the Christians live in Gaza. Go check it out. Go check it out what they did to the Christians in Iraq, in Syria. They took their land. They become the minority, and the minority become minority, and minority become more minority. And then in Turkey now we have less than 1%. The only society or community in the Middle East, Christian number is increasing, is Israel. The only one. And we know why. Because this is the only place there is a freedom, where people, they can convert, people can leave, people can be atheists if they want, people can be whatever they want. That is Israel. However, Israel is mentioned in the Bible, and God make it clear that God will gather Israel. He have a plan for them. The story is not over. So if you are a Christian who believe in the Bible, you believe in what the disciple of Jesus said, the revelation given to them, what is mentioned in the book of Romans, and mentioned in the book of Revelation, and mentioned everywhere. If you believe in the Bible, then you should stand with Israel, because when you stand with Israel, you stand with the Bible, we stand with God, you stand with the people of God. For Israel at the end of the day is going to believe in Jesus. If not today, tomorrow. And in the same time, this is their land. Which means if you are truthful, you support the people who own the land, because first of all, this is their land. Let us say you are an atheist. Let us say you are a person who don't believe in God. This is their land. They took the land of nobody. So be careful and don't support the invasion, the Islamic invasion. They are the one who do a colony. They took Syria, they make it Muslim country. They took Egypt from the Coptic, they make it Muslim country, Arab country. Egypt now called the Arab Republic of Egypt. But this is the land of the Coptic. Their language is Coptic. Their ethnic is Coptic, and they are not Arab. Never was. This is Africa. Iraq is the land of the Assyrian. Syria is the land of the Syriac. Their language is Syriac, Aramaic. They are not Arab. They took the land of everybody, and then they kill you and they go in your funeral. So don't be a traitor to Jesus, for Jesus have a plan for them, and Jesus have a plan for Israel. And Paul, he came to save Israel, and the disciple, they love Israel. Remember who is Paul. Remember who are the disciples. Those are the Jews who brought you the Bible of God. The Jews. They are the Jewish Christians. And sooner or later, all of Israel will praise the Lord, will worship the Messiah, and will be victorious by his name. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you, and I will see you soon again. This is your brother Christian Prince, was serving you humbly for today. God is good. So is Jesus. Amen.